Welcome back, travelers. It is time. It is finally time. We have the Elderwoods preview. Now, I know I'm not right on the ball with this video, but I like to live mindfully the best that I can, so I'm creating when I can create. I hope you enjoy. Let's watch this trailer together, go over every bit of detail, and talk about everything you know and I know so far about Elderwoods. So I believe the floating purple orbs back there are the echo that they're talking about in the blog post. And this trailer is definitely geared towards getting new players involved as well as exciting veteran players, which is very cool. There's a new critter. I think those are the Orpoo or whatever they're called. Orgapoo, I think. Tons of cool new decor. Very purple and blue and teal. The original story. And then this is obviously new lore, like new storyline. I really enjoy that they focus on the fact you can date up to 2 people. I think those are the schmoles, because mushroom mole would make sense. And there's Sabira out in the world. New little frogs. Everyone's going to be excited about the frogs. Let's start at the very beginning, and we're going to watch back at a slow speed with no sound. So this is the door in Bahari Bay. We know that. So this is the other side of that door. Immediately, we see a lot of upper level and lower level platforms, new plants, and it's interesting because it looks like a world that was definitely developed. So I'm wondering if there is some sort of... I think actually in the game's lore, there is a mention of a people that lived in the Elderwoods, but I can't remember off the top of my head. And then this is where we see those orbs. And these orbs, I think, are the collectible essence that we will be able to pick up and use for whatever we're going to use them for. But they're definitely a collectible for sure. We also see a lot of new plants, and I'm hoping we do eventually get those for our plots because I am the way that I am, and decor is my kind of main focus next to storyline. Then we have confirmation of tree houses, which again, I'm very happy about. I love the verticality. I love the idea of the world expanding upwards, especially with what is supposed to be a very dense woodland area. I'm expecting there to be forageables that you can collect on the trees, that there's going to be quest lines that make you search in here, and various other things that we have to do when it comes to a little bit more of the platforming that's being introduced into the storyline. I love that everything is mushrooms as well. Here, you'll notice that the axes look like they are fine axes, so I don't think we actually need to upgrade our tools in any way, or that there won't be any new tools to access the main core of the storyline, which is, I appreciate that. Doesn't mean we won't get more, but I think as of right now, you probably will need the same thing you would to get Heartwood in Bahari Bay. That would make the most sense. Here, we do see Sabira out in the wild. Sabira is wandering around, which can confirm she will now no longer be locked in her bedroom. You can find her in the Elderwoods and having an actual conversation with her. We also see Tamala for a minute, or Tamala, however you pronounce her name. So I'm hoping that that is kind of a key, like a little, hey, here's a little secret future thing we're going to do, which if I have my way is potions. I desperately hope that we interact with the environment in some way that we need potions to counteract that. Now, I'm literally just spitballing. There's no way to know if that's a thing we're going to get, but I just feel like having the Elderwoods unlocked with all these new critters and new world, it really opens up the possibility of maybe a slowdown mechanic or a energy degenerating mechanic. I know Palia wants to be a cozy game, so I don't expect it to be super difficult, but at least something that's a little bit fun to focus on. Then we have what I think are the Orgapoo guys. And also, you'll notice if you look at the water, let's just take a minute to look back. The water has a type of ooze popping out of it. So I don't know if this means a particular type of fish is in that water, or if they're doing a quest line that somehow has something to do with like a flow or echo infected waters, but there's definitely a different type of goo or something coming out of here. It's very Princess Mononoke looking, to be honest. There is also new fish. You can see here, this looks like a shark kind of. There's also new clothing that's being worn as well. We have those. So it's emphasizing the custom clothing you can buy. Yeah, so sharks. Showcasing the building. So this is like for new players mostly, but this is where I want to pause. So here we have a lot of new decor items. So let's really take a moment to look at it. We have new rugs, planter, these adorable little wall lamps with flowers. We have hanging flowers from the ceiling. This looks like a standing big leafed decor item. Every item in this room looks new except for a couple minor pieces. And I want to focus on the table because there is food on the table we don't currently have. I don't know what these are, but we definitely don't have them yet. So obviously new recipes will also be coming with the new creatures, which makes a lot of sense. There's also this beautiful golden lamp with this like periwinkle lavender petal. I don't know if this is a decor item or a reward item, but it's absolutely stunning. So I want to take a moment to really look at that. The wallpaper and floor already exist, so it's just the decor items that are being the main focus point here. Now, I also want to point out the carpet in the foreground is a color we don't have. It's green, and I swear if they keep showing me a green colorway and not giving it to me, I personally am going to start taking psychic damage. I don't know why they do this to us. It's not fair. So here they're focusing on moving the new sink item. You can see what looks like a hamburger on the table. This looks like a type of pie and a cut up type of meat. So these are the new recipes that are being showcased on the table. I love the new planter. I think it is the coolest thing ever. So this must actually be a wall item then. Very, very, very cool things. Let's focus here for a second because we also have upside down hanging bushes on the walls. You'll notice where my little mouse is pointing. So those are new items. We also have these like tree branches that are folding over with these purple pink flowers. There's a new arch with purple flowers on it. The bathtub item on the balcony is new, these tiny little purple flowers. There's also an item right here that looks like a backpack. It looks like a backpack placed on the ground with some sort of like walking stick and like maybe a glowing echo piece. There's also a huge item in the middle, which does have the same bottom as the other items we get when we complete bundles. So this is probably a new questline reward. which means there's a new creature that shows up on this stump in the middle. So we'll probably get a brand new bundle to complete, and this will be an item that we get as a reward. Big trees in the background are very obvious. I am assuming we plant those with seeds like we do the existing trees we have. Little planters have little bottoms here you can see in the tops along the edges. Otherwise, everything else in the image seems to be pre-existing stuff. There's a lamp right here next to the bench that's new. Trying to see if I can notice anything else that I don't recognize. These rocks look new. Look at the bottom left. These like 3 centered rocks. Those are not rocks that are existing on your plot. So we might be getting new landscaping items as well, including if you look on the far right, there's that line of stacked rocks, and all around the Choppa fountain, there's these square rocks as well. So we might be getting new garden pathing that we can sort of use however we feel to create new environmental accents. I think that's all I can see here. New flowers, little tiny guys that are on existing pillars. So those are definitely new. New chairs and benches, a very tall stump. Here we see that arch again, more of the trees, a different type of tree. So this is probably its baby stage, similar to the oak over here. But we're definitely getting some new environmental stuff as well. Now, do we get this right away? Maybe not, but they do like to tease us with things they plan to implement in the future. There's also what looks like a moss rug on the ground, which is going to be so amazing for utilizing in my builds in particular because they're very fantasy oriented. We also can see a couple new plushies. So this is obviously showcasing the plushies, right? But I want to point out there looks to be a new mirror on the wall. And we have a new hanging lamp that is closed. So there's another type of lamp. I am a pretty decent glitcher, so I'll probably be putting these upside down outside to create more of an environment on the outside world as well as sideways on walls. I can't wait to see what people do with these. We also have a new little plushie on the table. So there looks to be like a little mouse and like what looks like a corgi, honestly. There's the new mushroom guys. We also have the little orgupo guys. There's a blue one on the top right and a green one down below. Most of the other plushies look like pre-existing items. Except for this fungi. This is a reward, so you do need to refer your friends. If you can refer up to 5 friends, I believe for existing players, it might be we need 5 new friends to come online. You get different sizes of this new fungi that are themed after the Elderwoods, which is very cool. I'm looking around. I think that's all I see in this one. This wallpaper is new. That wallpaper is new as well. We don't have these yet. And yes, let's continue. So here's a big image. This gives us a really great view of all the possible new items and new environmental things. This plot is very well designed. I'm going to start with that. I also want to point out on the right, there looks to be another reward. This looks like exactly the type of items we got for our bundles, but this one has a rock in the center, not a log. So I'm wondering if we get 2 of them and they have 2 different creatures, maybe a mushroom guy and like orgupu lizard guy. I don't know. You also see the backpack again in the foreground. There's 2 of them near the entranceway. We have pink flowers. These don't exist yet. Unless I'm losing it. I'm pretty sure we only have blue and mixed. We don't have these pink flowers yet. So those will probably be introduced. The bench is new as well. I'm trying to take a look here. These little planters are new. This whole big giant arch overlap house gate thing is new. And you can also notice rugs are placed in between the garden, which I just think is a cool effect. It's not, I don't know that those rugs are new, but they might be a new color. Not 100%. There's also tiny little mushrooms on the rocks down in the right-hand corner, and I don't think that those are combined. So maybe we get like mushrooms as flowers, which would absolutely just blow my mind. It would expand my world immensely. And this is just showcasing like existing items that we have. But again, there's a lot of like rocks that look too small to be what we already have, but maybe it's just the view that I'm looking at them from. So this is definitely showcasing a different colorway to get new people involved, which is a very good idea. Same with this one. Get new people involved and excited because these are all things we already have. I don't see anything new. There are items like in half-grown stages for decor, which is a bit misleading because this and this are two benches in their small stage. And so are these. But you can't do that because you only get one seed. So I'm not 100% sure how that's possible or if they just didn't think about that when they built this for preview. Because you only get one seed of a bench, so you have to grow it to full before getting another seed, which means you can only have one of these existing at a time. So if they're giving us the opportunity to have more of these, I would love it because I want to do this on my plot. I want to have a lot of vines and I currently cannot have a lot of vines. So that might be a mistake that they made and they're not recognizing that, but it could also be that they're giving it to us eventually. So I'm going to pray for that. Again, green colorway on a carpet on the left. We don't have that yet. So hopefully we eventually do get that. They've showcased that a few times and then not given that to us. These are not windows. These are just bugs stacked in the outdoor gondola thingy. I don't remember what it's called ever. And that looks like a new dish they're making. Existing items, I'm just looking for like new things that are featured as like a little trick of the eye. Like, oh, we just kind of threw this in here. Little sneak peek. A lot of glitching in these previews, which I'm a little here and there on. I really, really love that they're showcasing what we can do, but it is a bit misleading because a lot of these things are not possible for Switch players, which means they will most likely not be possible for Xbox and PlayStation players as well. So I'm not a huge fan of showcasing something that, while yes, is technically possible, is not a core gameplay element. I'm not a super big fan of that. I think that is a bit misleading. None of this is possible. These plants on the roof side, there's no ability to create this sort of step walkway. This is a pillar that they've glitched sideways. These books cannot be held naturally. A lot of this is not possible without heavy glitching. They're calling back to the original storyline, which is good because you do start this way. Now, this is the new one. So this obviously has to do with the new story in the Elderwoods because there was like Echo floating around, if that is in fact Echo. I feel like it has to be. And there's like a cloaked character, which I think is the new character because there's definitely a new character being introduced, and I will show that to you when we get to that point. I do like that they're showcasing you can romance more than one person. I think that's very cute because you can have up to 2 partners in the game. Just for anyone curious that hasn't played yet. I'm pretty sure that's an Orgupu and they run so freaking hilariously. That's so funny to me. I also just want to take a minute to focus on the environment. I really want to look at little pieces of the world and see if there's anything we can notice that maybe I don't see anything super telling. Like I'm looking for like different colors in the water. I'm looking for different stones and nodes that kind of peeked their way through to see if we're getting anything new. Pretty sure that those are the schmoles because they do come out of the ground, and mushroom, mole, schmole. So I think that makes sense. It looks like there's a section of the Elderwoods that's a little bit warmer in color versus cooler in tone, kind of like Bahari has little mini different sections. And again, I'm looking for anything that could be an indicator for something we get to do, like maybe rummage piles in the Elderwoods would be very interesting as well. Focus on gardening. Okay, so these are the new rugs. These are what was showcased in the garden. So they are using these as garden separators. That's cute. New flower in the middle. Don't know if it's a flower or a decor or, not really sure what that is. We're going to pause here because I think a lot of people might skip over this. Let's just take a minute to see exactly what fruit bloomed. That is a pumpkin. So we will be getting new crops as well, including pumpkins, which is amazing for me because I have a whole pumpkin patch that has been annoying me that I don't have any real pumpkins to put next to it. So I'm personally very excited for pumpkins. There's also a new trellis plant in the foreground. I have no idea what this is. It looks like a pea. These look like pea pods. So I'm assuming this is a type of like elderwood vegetable that we are going to gain access to. And again, remember, we might not get all of this immediately. It could be something that we get later down in future updates, but because they do like to tease us with things. So don't expect all of this immediately, but it is fun to know we will be getting them. Like they're like, yes, here you go. You're going to get this stuff. It might not be right away, but you're going to get this stuff. Old quest lines. That's a new item he's holding. I don't know what that is. Something fell into his hand that was a purple rock of some kind. So that might be part of the new quest line. Sabira out in the wild. Definitely part of the new quest line. Now, I have a feeling that this might be magic returning to the world because it looks like flow. And the location she's standing is actually confusing to me because this looks like the Kilima clock. But I don't remember these flowers existing in Kilima, so I don't actually know where she's standing. Of course, the frogs. Because they got excited when she ran by, these are definitely new insects. They're considered insects, so I assume we're going to catch them and put them on display. Maybe we'll get plushies for them in the future. That would be sick. Okay, so maybe Sabira is standing near here because this could be... No, that's definitely the Kilima clock. This is interesting to me. They're hunting... Oh, an orgapoo. Okay, let's take a moment here. Look at the left. That orgapoo is jumping into the water. So much like our friends in Bahari Bay that jump into trees, the orgapoo probably find spots in the water to dive into. And maybe you have to fish them back out. Maybe that's what that like purple ooze is. Interesting. I don't remember what happens in this part. Okay, so looking at a plot, and then it welcomes you to the Elderwood and switches to the Elderwood color. Okay, so that's a pretty good look through, and those are pretty much my primary ideas. Catching this was really important because I do like the fact that these animals do hide from you, and I'm wondering if the mushroom guys do something similar or not. This looks like something you can platform up as well. There's a lot of little details that if you really take the time to look at, you can sort of see hints and, points of new things. I'm wondering if maybe that's what that is, but I can't know. I have no way to know. I'm guessing. Everything I'm saying is a guess. I want to look back at the water in this section as well real fast because it looks like pretty normal water. Okay, I'm trying to see what they're going to introduce for us. So let's go back to the village. I do want to take a gander at that scene again. Where is it? I feel like I'm way too ahead for it right now. Where was that? Is it in here? Oh yeah, it's right here. So fast travel board. This is definitely like an existing village, and I'm wondering if it's abandoned or if we do meet new characters over time that maybe lived here. Because I think in the lore of Palia, the people that lived in the Elderwoods were like pushed out because of flow usage or something. I'll have to look into it more. But let's go to the end of the video because we didn't actually watch till the very end. So here is the ending. This is where we get a look at something very cool. That person. That is not clothing we can wear. And they are on some sort of other side of a force field. That is absolutely a new character. Which leads me to why I was thinking there might be an existing people. Because that is 100% someone new. I don't know when we will get a chance to take a look at them, but I am very excited overall for what Elderwoods has to offer us. And that's my prediction. So we'll see how right or wrong I am based off of Elderwood's release, which again is coming May 13th. I hope you enjoyed watching through the video with me. I also want to put a tiny note on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series XS players. There's more information for you on the palia.com website if you want to check it out, since you will be new to the game. So you can head on over there if you want to. As always, I also expect Twitch drops. So if you want to come by my Twitch channel when the release happens on May 13th, please feel free to come by. I will be live. I usually only stream on the weekends, but I will be live to celebrate the release of Elderwoods. I hope to do a good few days in a row. So come by, hang out, twitch.tv/witchytq. And of course, look forward to more videos from me all about the Elderwoods, from tutorials to walkthroughs to just general information. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comments what you're most excited for or what your predictions are for the Elderwoods. Subscribe if you feel like it. But most importantly, have a very magical day.